Guys, it's Tauna, and today we're here to announce the death of Atraxa, or more like we've got a new commander that seems to be even more bonkers than Atraxa. Previously, everyone's, if they're building like a deck that's going to be built around proliferation and stuff like that, Atraxa's been like the first point of call. She's amazing. She does, proliferating each end step. She's got a big amount of things, and people are using her for basically every kind of different proliferation deck, whether it's toxic or, charge counters, +1/+1 counters, etc. She has been the commander and the title of Proliferate commander for quite a little bit since she's been released, and now we have someone who's potentially going to give her a run of her for her money. This is a new commander coming with Edge of Eternities as the helm of the counter intelligence deck, and that is Kilo Apogee Mind. So Kilo has haste, and then whenever Kilo becomes tapped, proliferate. This is absolutely so easy to abuse. It's going to go infinite really easily with Paradise Mantle, for example. Taps to add 1 mana of any color, and then you just use something like Freed from the Real or Pement's Aura to untap. So you just go back and forth. You tap with Paradise Mantle, untap with Freed from the Real, and that's infinite proliferations. That's right, infinite proliferations. It's actually pretty bonkers just being able to infinitely proliferate. You can do some absolutely crazy things. So let's go through. Before we do get into that, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you share the video out, all that kind of stuff. With all of this stuff from Edge of Eternities coming out, I'll be covering it as soon as it comes out, whether that means I have to wake up at 5 a.m. for you guys or not. I will get up. At the moment, we've only got like 80% of people who watch the channel aren't subscribed, which is crazy. There's a whole bunch of people who are watching just not subscribed, so please subscribe. So some support cards, first of all, alongside Kilo, in case you are wanting to build him prior to Edge of Eternities coming out, or you're not going to be building him as like the deck that comes out. We've got stuff like Flux Channeler that proliferates whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Lizelle doubles all of the counters you put on your creatures or planeswalkers. Deep Glow Skate, double the amount of counters on a single permanent. Experimental Augury here, that's going to allow you to essentially do that brainstorm plus proliferate. Dreamtide Whale, I love this. This is just a crazy ass card, right? Whenever a player casts their second spell, that's going to happen constantly towards the middle end game. Proliferate. It's going to happen constantly. This thing, ignore this Vanishing 2. It's very rare that's going to happen. And then Metastatic Evangel over here as well. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Boom, you get to proliferate constantly. We've got Tekathul, just double all those proliferations. Norn's Decree, whenever someone goes to attack you, put a poison counter on them. Even if you are not using a poison-based proliferate deck, that's still a pretty good one to just discourage people attacking you and give you some card draw. Then we've got All Will Be One. We're in red, right? This is a unique thing that you don't really have access to with what's-her-face, Atraxa. All Will Be One. Whenever you put 1 or more permanents on a player or permanent, whenever you put 1 or more counters on a player or permanent, you're going to deal damage to target opponent, creature that an opponent controls, or planeswalker. So, you put 1 counter on something, boom, you get to deal 1 damage. You put 3 counters on something, boom, you get to 3 damage. You put 1 counter on 5 things, that's 5 damage you can aim at someone. Proliferation gets out of control real easy here. Ever-flowing Chalice is really great here too, because you kick it for 1. Technically for 2. So that it's got 1 charge counter on it, and then you just proliferate those up. Unctus. If we're going and tapping and untapping constantly our commander here, Unctus or Tezzeret Betrayer of Flesh are really great, because now you get to draw cards whenever you do tapping, which is really good. He is technically an artifact, so he counts for Tezzeret too. Ripples of Potential, proliferate, and then you get to also phase yourself out. Well, phase your creatures out, which is great. Metropolis Angel, whenever 1 or more things with a counter on them attack, draw a card. Prologue to Phyrexis. So getting into the actual Infect-based stuff, Prologue to Phyrexis is probably the best one here, just to give every opponent a poison counter. Really easy. Give everyone a poison counter, draw a card. You've also got Skrelv to start getting in with those toxic little mites. Norn's Decree, as I said before. White Sun's Twilight's great because you get to gain life, and then you get to create a whole bunch of the mites as well. Potentially board wipe too if you wanted to. we can build a Planeswalker / Super Friends deck. There was actually a Planeswalker Super Friends precon, which was Jeskai with Commodore Guff and then Leori here. We've also got Oath of Teferi if we want to do Planeswalkers, Chain Veil as well. Narset, Parter of Veils, a crazy great Planeswalker, and if you can proliferate her, even better. Teferi, Temporal Archmage, especially if you can get to these ultimates, which you can do really easily, especially if you do have, you know, that proliferation, constant proliferation going. Boom, that's huge. Into +1/+1 counters, Optimus Prime is currently my +1/+1 counter deck around, you know, that's Jeskai, and also artifacts too, which is great. And you get to, you know, have Optimus Prime as your commander, which is really fun. You can use stuff like Abzan, Falconeer to give all your things +1/+1 flying. You can use Arcbound Shiktari now. It's going to put a +1 on each artifact creature, and then boom, you get to do that proliferation. Steel Overseer, put a +1 counter on each artifact creature you control. Real simple. And Uncivil Unrest as well, because we are in red again. This is going to be great because of all those +1 counters that you can put onto things. You can then proliferate them up, and then you get to deal double damage with Uncivil Unrest too. All will be one, obviously, and then Sagada's Summons to turn all of those creatures into 4/4s. Then into charge counters. So charge counters are obviously coming back within Edge of Eternity. So that's the whole kind of point around the proliferation here, is that charge counters come back and they're used for the new ships, right? The new space ship, I think it's called Space Station, the actual ability. But the spaceships all use these charge counters to kind of see how they go. So why not just abuse that and go into more charge counter stuff? You know, Imad, the Storm Cleaver here, when it enters the battlefield or attacks, put a charge counter on it, and then or remove one from it. Whenever you remove one, you get to deal damage, you get to lifelink it indestructible until end of turn. Why don't you just constantly put charge counters onto it? Lux Cannon, boom. Remove 3, destroy target permanent. You get to now destroy a target permanent every turn, potentially. Gavel of Righteousness. Why not just have a huge, a huge creature? And then it's also going to have double strike as well. Magistrate Scepter, infinite turns. Just infinite turns, because now you can just remove 3 charge counters, take an extra turn. Do it on the next one and the next one. Just, you know, you just need to proliferate 3 times each turn and boom. We've got Lost Jeet and then Darksteel Reactor here. Lost Jeet, you can remove stuff to untap your lands. You know, that's even better. Oh my God, that's even better. Because now you can just untap your lands. I just realized that you could actually combo this where you use the untap of the charge counter, as long as it had 1 charge counter on it before. You tap down with Paradise Mantle. No, you don't even need... Do you need to... No, you need Pemon's Aura. You need some way to be able to tap him. So you need some way to be able to tap him that's not even necessarily Paradise Mantle. You then proliferate. Use a Lost Jeet to untap a land. Use the Pemon's Aura to untap your commander. Then you tap him down again, and etc. There's a huge amount of ways that you could potentially use this to then get the blue mana that you need to be able to use Pemon's Aura or Freed from the Real. Darksteel Reactor, just win the game. Why not? We've got Arcane Spyglass. Remove 3 charge counters, draw a card. Great. Golem Foundry. Remove 3 charge counters, put a 3/3 Golem into play. So I'd love to hear from you guys to what you think. Is there any archetypes that I've kind of missed here? I think that this commander is absolutely bonkers, especially if, like, even outside of going infinite with him, I think just whenever he becomes tapped, Proliferate is just really good. You can really kind of use that a lot, even if it's extra combats, because extra combats will untap him. You then tap him again, and yeah, it's cool. Let me know. Have a great day, and goodbye.